Upon the waning days of that season, the companions came at last to Tharbad, where the grey waters of the Gwathlo slid beneath the broken span of the old bridge. There beside what remained of that ancient crossing stood the Bridge Inn, a humble refuge kept by Timothy Titus, a broad-shouldered man whose humour was as strange as it was hearty. It was there that they took their leave of Huck, faithful friend, who chose to turn his steps back towards the Shire, in the company of Tucker, his ever-loyal hound. Long did they watch him depart along the western road before returning to their rest within the inn. As they lingered in the common room, Letheriel beheld a familiar face. Selethir, whom she had glimpsed once amid the fair halls of Rivendell. Feeling the absence left by Huck, Letheriel beckoned her to join their fellowship, and Selethir, with a glad heart and a ready spirit, accepted. While the company spoke quietly together, they were approached by a local man called Sneed, a wiry fellow with restless eyes. He bore an invitation on behalf of his mistress, Amelia Kern, who sought adventurers willing to undertake certain labours, profitable, he promised, to both sides. Before they could inquire further, the door was thrust open and two rough-looking men strode into the inn. One thin as a weasel and twice as sly, the other thick-necked, broad and brutish. They traded coarse jests with Timothy and soon departed, carrying a heavy sack they named taxes. Yet all present knew it for naught but tribute rested for Master Gurno, the shadowy lord of the Red Palace. Dravi attempted to speak with them as they left, but they paid him no heed, clattering away towards the crimson-roofed strong. Later in the chambers above the common room, the companions at last met with Amelia Kern. She offered them a bargain. If they would journey to Swantown in fenlands of Swanfleet and seek out an aged Dunlending named Harith, he would guide them to a place known in Elder tongues as Set Namen, or the Seven Stones. There lay hidden, she said, the Star of Korba, a jewel of ancient renown, rumoured to bear powers of healing and restoration. In exchange, she pledged to uncover the secrets she could concerning Yari, and secure for them an audience at the Red Palace. When the party was done, Dravi and Asvard retired early to their beds, but Selethir and Letheriel remained long awake, telling stories and tales of their wanderings and of days long past. At length the candles guttered low, and they too sought rest. Yet at dawn, Dravi and Asvard discovered their window ajar. Though nothing was taken, nor any sign of anything left behind, the thought of an unseen visitor troubled them deeply. As they pondered this mystery, Selethir spoke, though only in part, of a place she had heard of, called the Ghost Pit, where the restless dead of an ancient battle were said to rise when the earth grew weary of holding them. Fear touched her speech, and she told no more. Seeking counsel and clarity, the companions resolved to visit the old library across the river, believing its aged scrolls might hold lore useful to their quest. But with the bridge in ruin, they made their way to the docks to find Baron, the ferrymaster, for only his craft could bear them across. There they encountered Adolphus Marin, a chronicler for the captain, who informed them that Yari had crossed earlier that very morning. When they asked of Swanfleet, his face soured, and he named it a mire of vagabonds, miscreants, and malcontents, and best avoided. And so it was the companions now sought passage for themselves, and for their horses and sturdy pony across the river, following the trail of Yari and the promise of knowledge awaiting them in the old library.